Hey, it's react time again. Yep, I am wearing the same outfit on the same time of day as the last one, and that's because I'm doing these back to back. Gonna get a few out before I go to Brisbane tomorrow morning. So, we have another video from 2012. As I've said before, I was in year 10 in this high school when I was watching these videos. That's when I came across them, not necessarily when they were made. And now I'm on my second uni degree. So this is another Laughing Autarch production. The top 15 most hated characters in video games part 1. Is your most hated on the list? Let's find out. God, that static is so loud. I am the Autarch of Flame. Laughing Autarch production. This intro is quite long.
Let the party begin! Alright, me and JoshScorcher are back. This time, we're going to talk about characters that we both hate from video games.
Right now you might be thinking, hey, haven't both of you made countdowns about characters you hate? Well, we both realized that there were a few very good choices that we overlooked on both our original lists. Not to mention there's a few from games we didn't play when we made our last lists.
Basically, for this list, the characters we put in are people that you would just want to punch in the face.
Okay.
The countdown might get a little loud at times, but we think you'll still enjoy it. Besides, who doesn't love letting loose a bit of rage? We sure do, and some
I do too.
You do as well.
So
absolutely.
Get ready to rage with us. These characters all deserve every ounce of anger they get thrown at them.
Let's throw it at the men. Arrgh. Peanut3423 and JoshScorcher present. You two are awesome. Wherever you are in the world, keep it up. Also, make sure you go and subscribe if you like this content and want more. The top 15 most hated characters in video games. Number 15. Sephiroth. Why?
I don't know about you, but I hate hypocrites. Especially Zhang Jiao from the Dynasty Warriors series.
Ah, yeah.
This guy professes the way of peace when attempting genocide against the Han Chinese.
Remind you of anything going on in the world right now? Concerning a certain group of people in camps? Known as the Uyghurs? Okay, moving on. But remember...
He manages to score even more annoying points for sounding like the demonic love child of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and John Travolta on a bad acting day.
With this land united in our piety, we will never have to experience war again. Long be the reign of the Yellow Turban!
Long be the rain!
He abuses the Dynasty Warrior suit. Most of the games are exactly the same.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure Activision and EA have to do a lot worse.
In this series, Zhang Jiao is usually the first person you fight. As a die-hard Dynasty Warriors fan, I have to face this guy literally every time I play a new Dynasty Warriors. It's always him first. It's always him first.
You'll not get anywhere stirring up the common folk like that.
A lesson that many today should know.
Punch-Out on the NES is one of the most infamous Nintendo games ever. This is mostly due to Nintendo's inclusion of the then heavyweight boxing champion Iron Mike Tyson into the game. How awesome is that? We all gotta face the real heavyweight boxing champ in a video game. Until 1990. Tyson's contract ran out.
You sure it could be described like that? The contract ran out? The scandal? This is Mike Tyson we're talking about.
And so for future releases of Punch-Out, we had this featureless, brand new final boss called Mr. Dream as Tyson's replacement. Look here, it says he's from Dreamland?
Or could it be this Dreamland? I think it's a better option than whatever this Mr. Dream is from.
Not only is this completely lame, but he was still the same boss as Tyson. And Tyson was already a boss so insanely difficult, I've literally given up on trying to beat him. Mr. Dream was still as tough as Tyson, and when you're difficult and an uninspired final boss, it amounts to a lot of pent-up hate.
And Mike Tyson went off and was like, excuse me, I'm just gonna help Don King do his hair. Hey Don, you got the fork? Okay, now just stick it in the toaster. Number 13.
Larxene from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is totally without morals. She may look harmless enough, what with her constant smiling, yet she's really a total sadist.
I know it'll kill you to hear this, but I think I can live with that.
Nobodies in general can't
That's
feel
good.
any emotion. When you combine being emotionless with sadism, you get one annoying character. Speaking of which... Perhaps the worst part about her is that for how much of a total she is, her death is so... ordinary. Oh, come on, at least give us something flashier than that.
Number 12.
Tell me when this sounds familiar. I f***ing hate this guy. Yep, it's Blue. And I still do hate him. This guy is just a complete prick.
And watchers of anime would recognize him as Gary.
He always takes the Pokemon that's better than yours, he becomes the champion under your nose, and he constantly spews the most annoying one-liners
Smell ya later.
ever.
As far as hated characters go, Blue isn't exactly evil like some of the later characters on this list. He's annoying, yes, yet he's pretty harmless otherwise. Still, if anyone ever says, "Smell you later," to me...
The good part about Blue is, you can name him anything you want.
That's right. I remember now. His name is Douche. Number 11. We are breezing through
Want
these.
to know another reason why I'm not a huge Halo fan? This thing.
Why are you not a huge... Oh, never mind.
343 Guilty Spark is the ultimate narcissist. A machine that always boasts about its supposed superiority and its intelligence. It will never be quiet about it. Oh, shut up! I'm supposed to be the main character here.
343 Guilty Spark isn't just annoying and self-serving, it's also conniving and sinister. It becomes the leader of the Good Covenant and is actually proud to say the Flood is reproducing. And later on, it murders Johnson!
Absolutely
well,
unacceptable.
It gets destroyed later. I mean, God!
But he does live on still. I know this because I've been listening to Halo Point of Light, which is narrated on audiobook by Tim Dodabo, 343 Guilty Spark himself. That's one of the Halo books by Kelly Gay, and it's a pretty good one. In fact, Tim Dodabo's voice might have actually made the narration better. At least it doesn't have the flying effect as it does in the video games. Anyway, moving on. Number 10. Ah, yes.
Stop laughing!
Sad that that's not the objective, to shoot him.
I can't.
But you gotta give Duck Hunt Dog guts. Laughing at a guy with a loaded rifle. What a... That dog's definitely not neutered, because he's got some balls about him.
I can't believe I forgot this thing on my original list. If you remember these challenges from Donkey Kong 64, all the terrible memories are probably smacking you in the face as hard as a person falling off a racetrack. The races with this androgynous beetle thing are punishingly difficult and far from fun. You have to collect 50 coins and beat the beetle in the race to win.
Thanks to the beetle making you lose coins whenever it hits you, and the lack of guardrails, you will lose a lot. And when you do. Ugh, this makes the Duck Hunt dogs laugh sound pleasant.
Yeah, it does.
What's this?
You're just too slow.
You're too slow.
No, I don't need another Sonic. Please, anything but that.
Number 8.
How do I hate thee, Trevelyan? Let me count
Alec
the
Trevelyan,
ways. Thou art
GoldenEye.
a coward. Thou wilt never shut up.
I was always
Thou
better,
hidest
James.
behind thy endless supply of minions, and thou triest to smite James Bond by luring him to a tiny platform.
For England, James?
Okay, I'll quit that. Seriously though, this
No,
guy is just
for me.
unbelievably annoying. He's still one of the toughest bosses I've ever faced in a video game, and as a character or even a villain, he is completely unlikable.
Trevelyan is such a pathetic villain in the film version of GoldenEye that he doesn't even shoot James Bond when he has him directly at gunpoint. Instead, he just boasts about how much better than Bond he is.
You know, James?
I was always better.
I just can't take that seriously. If you hate Bond so much, don't talk! Just f***ing shoot!
Oh, come on now. Calling out a Bond villain for not shooting is like handing out speeding tickets at the Indy 500. You just gotta let it slide. But I have seen GoldenEye. It's a great movie. One of the best James Bonds, in my opinion. Number 7. Lucky number.
There's a lesson to be learned from Shadow of the Colossus. If your ceiling talks to you, don't talk back. It's like
Okay.
the embodiment of pure evil talking.
You heard him. Don't talk to your ceiling. Although, for people of my age bracket, if the ceiling talked to me, it would say, "Can you stop touching yourself so much?"
The demon in question, known as Dorman, promises to resurrect a girl if all the 16 Colossi are killed. And Wander, out of desperation and love, trusts the scary-sounding demon.
To Dorman's credit, it did say to Wander that there would be a price to pay for killing these beasts. But does that mean it's right to have the spirit of Dorman possess Wander and have him killed right in front of the girl, who is still dead? Not to mention, when Lord Ammon seals away the new Dorman/Wander hybrid, all that's left of Wander is a horned baby. And guess what? Dorman resurrected the girl after all. As a baby, now how is Wander supposed to, let's just say that was really a sadistic move on Dorman's part.
Link to the next part in video description. Alright, let's go back in. The description read, "Whoops, are we collaborating again?" Yep. Gotta love the changing aspect ratios. That's so 2010s. Number 6.
There's this one game that everyone constantly pesters me to play. Mother 3.
Well, of course. It's a really good game. And a really good series, too.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure how to download the game and patch it, so I don't own it.
You download the game and patch it? Well, why not just play it on the original console? I mean, it's the OG experience. But then again, I used to use the emulator a lot as well. I had a multiple arcade machine emulator and a PSP emulator as well.
Thankfully, JoshScorcher does. So because of this, we can include one of the arguably most evil villains onto this list. Porky Minch.
Porky may have aged thousands of years since he was a pawn of Gygus, but still he has the mentality of an immature, bratty kid.
You'd be surprised how many old people still have that mentality. Trust me.
Makes his whole empire in his obese image, invades countless towns, and causes so much psychological harm to Lucas, it's downright depressing. Lucas's mother dies because of Porky's action, and so does Lucas's brother Klaus. However, Klaus becomes reanimated and brainwashed into being a minion of Porky's. The final battle of Mother 3 is between Lucas and his brother, and when Klaus starts breaking out of Porky's control, the result is downright shattering. All of what Porky has done is just pure.
I'll never die.
He
Nor
is
will I ever be
truly
beaten.
the ultimate fat bastard.
Number 5.
Reaver stands out among all of the other unlikable characters from Fable 2. This guy is completely without morals. He will kill you simply for looking at him funny.
Are you really suggesting my cheekbones are anywhere near that low?
Oh,
He's
got the voice of a douchebag.
sacrifices people so he can retain his youth and beauty. He'll mock you if you don't shoot Lucian in the end by doing it himself.
Oh, I thought he'd never shut up. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to kill him?
But probably the worst part is that he's a backstabber. If the going gets tough for him, he'll
Shocking.
sacrifice even people who have helped him so he can save his own behind.
I think there's a good old-fashioned word used for this kind of person. What is it again? Oh yeah. Prick!
That's old-fashioned. And that's the best you can come up with. Number 4. Sephiroth!
And nah, we're giving him a break this time. Instead, the number 4 spot goes to...
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
Nah, not him either. We decided on something completely different.
Completely
Sephiroth
different.
and Cloud may have little emotion, but at least it works in the context of their characters. And little emotion is every bit better than too much whiny and bratty emotion.
I guess so.
Yep, that's right. We've chosen Titus. Or Titus. Or however you say it. Call him f***ing Meg Ryan and it would still work.
This guy takes nothing seriously that should be taken seriously. He's an immature brat that just whines and whines and whines.
But this is the Final Fantasy series we're talking about, right?
I wanted to like this guy because he can be cheerful. But when he is cheerful... Let's just say the first chance I got, I switched Titus out of the party.
Final Fantasy heroes have a tendency to be generic, depressing, or just plain immature.
Yep.
Titus
But we like it
combines
because of
all
that.
3 of these aspects. I mean, this guy is just so annoying! Oh, shut up!
Oh, that audio quality, though. This is why you get yourself
Tingle.
a microphone
As much as I
like
hate
this.
your creepy, cheapskate guts,
Oh, Tingle,
I've got
yeah.
to admit one thing. Your chant is pretty awesome. Besides, at least Tingle was sort of mandatory to completing Wind Waker. In the end, he was trying to help Link, albeit in his strange, probably child molester way. At least he does a better job at trying to help Link than freaking Kepera Gebera.
This thing is not needed at all in Ocarina of Time. Do we really need an annoying owl to tell us overlong speeches about things that we already know? No, we do not. Especially when you try to end the speeches,
Its head
only to have them
rotates.
start all over again. You'll be seeing this guy a good few times on your adventure, which means that you'll be hearing his ramblings over and over and over and over and over and over and ah!
God. I hope you got yourselves better microphones in the last 12 years.
Because of WMG, we can't post any background music for this part.
WMG. Warner Music Group? I don't know. I've been guessing for a long time.
So it looks like you're just gonna have to settle for My Little Pony. annoyed yet? That's good, because this guy does not deserve any good music at all.
Eric Sparrow moves far beyond your usual narcissistic jerk. Sure, he'll throw the occasional petty insult at you, but he eventually becomes worse than you could possibly imagine. Even though you rescue this ungrateful scumbag from drug dealers, he goes on to steal your footage, which has you leaping between 2 hotels 40 stories up and doing a twist over in a helicopter, risking your life. Yeah, he steals it, so he becomes a pro instead of you. Then he goes even further beyond your ordinary kind of scum by smashing a tank into a Russian building and blaming it on you. This makes you have to pay $700,000 in damage, and it gets you demoted from a pro, and you're left in Russia for dead.
Ironic, man. Him nailing a wiener cart? Get it?
This guy is out to be the bane of your existence just for the sake of being, well, the bane of your existence. There are 2 endings to this game. Take your pick on which of the 2 is the more satisfying one.
Ending 1?
Nothing but lucky little bitch! Get back here! You ain't nothing! I know I can kick your ass!
Number 2. There you go. And also, while we're on the topic of annoying characters from Tony Hawk, just recently, for promoting NFTs. I'm sorry you had to find that out through that.
Alright, let's recap before we get to our new most hated character.
Number 15, Zhang Xiao.
Number 14, Mr. Dream.
Number 13, Lark Sheen.
Number 12, Blue.
Number 11, 343 Guilty Spark.
Number 10, the Duck Hunt Dog.
Number 9, Worse Than the Duck Hunt Dog.
Yep.
Number 8, Alec Trevelyan.
Number 7, Dorman.
Number 6, Porky.
Number 5, Backstabber.
Number 4, Whiny Git.
Number 3, You Shouldn't Be in the Game.
Number 2, Eric Sparrow.
It's number 1.
You thought Eric Sparrow had no redeeming qualities.
Requiem for a Dream.
But compared to number 1, Eric Sparrow is tame.
Oh, really?
Because at least Sparrow didn't have your best friend murdered. At least he didn't pretend to murder your girlfriend, your brother, and a fellow assassin of yours. At least he wasn't one of the most unfair final bosses in gaming history. At least he wasn't Jasper Bat Jr.
This is the beginning of the end!
No More Heroes 2 again.
Jasper Bat Jr. is hands down the most hateable character in video game history. He's a rich corporate bag of a kid that dresses like a complete tool. He has huge buck teeth, and he has one of the most grating voices ever recorded for a video game.
I've been waiting for this!
Shut up! This guy also has his henchmen do all the dirty work for him. Shouldn't he do all the killing on his own if he's rank 1?
But easily the worst part about this guy is the entire 3-phase fight with him. The first form is surprisingly easy, but it'll leave you wondering how you beat it when Jasper's health stops depleting. But then the fight goes from being too easy to being contra difficult when Jasper's second form begins teleporting across the room, pummeling you with an endless barrage of almost unavoidable punches. Let me stand up!
On the
Oh,
second
that's
roll of
the
Jasper
worst.
near death, he'll start spamming the hurricane punch that is also nearly impossible to dodge.
Oh,
If you're in
yeah.
between the hurricane punch and a window, you can launch out the window and die instantly.
You gotta be shitting me.
Even if you somehow manage to beat Form 2, Jasper reveals his final form. A giant parade float.
What?
This is lame compared to the fight with Henry from the original No More Heroes.
Yeah.
Jasper becomes an easier target when he's huge, but he becomes very difficult to attack up close when he starts punching you from anywhere in the room!
And in the end, when you finally kill Jasper, it's not satisfying at all. He dies with a huge grin on his face. He doesn't even scream in agony. Why not? I hate this guy. He deserves to. He's a murderer. He's annoying. He's maddeningly difficult to beat, and he robbed me of a good final battle. I hate him. I hate him. Fuck!
To make a long story short, Jasper sucks and we hate him for it.
Well, there you go. Oh wait, there's more? Okay, that was a thing. Well, there you have it. There's my reaction to another video from 10 years ago. Go and subscribe to these people who made this possible. I mean, apparently they don't like their old videos, but at least they left them up for us to look back on 10 years later. Well, I guess it's soon time to get ready to go to Brisbane again, where I'll probably meet up with someone else from this time in our lives. Remember JT's random stuff? I'll see where he's at. Bye.